Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Getting to Know You. This time we have Thomas Miller in the hot seat, and as always, we have a topic to discuss related to the guest, and then we'll follow on with some more questions, getting to know a little bit more about that person. So, welcome, Thomas. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. You?
Yes, brilliant. It's Friday, and it's not raining for a change.
It is nice out, actually.
Is it? I think it's supposed to be flooding next week, isn't it? Or something. Or there's like loads of.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, I know. Just in time.
Here.
Yeah, just in time for their. Is it not half term as well next week or something?
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it is.
All right. So I did say Thomas, and I said Tom. I just wanted to get things first right from the off here. Is it Thomas or Tom? Tom. Oh, good. Because last episode, I was calling Jessica by Jess throughout the whole recording, and it was only by the end of it I actually asked her, "Oh, is it Jess or Jessica?" Thankfully, it was Jess. So luckily it was Jess. So off you. So okay, first things first. What is your role, Tom? What is your role and where are you based?
My role is recovery worker in opiates, and I cover Accrington and Rossendale East. That's Bacup and Whitworth.
Right. Okay. So did you say opiates based then? So,
yeah.
So you don't deal with the alcohol service users, just opiates.
No, just opiates.
And you reach out all the way to Rottenstall and.
Bacup and Whitworth is I think it's right. That's right in the cusp and into Rochdale.
Yeah, Whitworth is quite a trek, isn't it? Really, from here, you pretty much. Is that not Rochdale? It's near enough to Rochdale, isn't it? That
it's a Rochdale. I think it's a Rochdale. It's got a Rochdale postcode.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Just on the cusp, I think.
Oh, right. So, do you have a clinic over there? Or is it for people from Whitworth to come into the service?
No, so I see people out in the GP clinics over there.
All right.
So yeah, I do 1 day a week in Bacup, and then the Whitworth one hasn't started yet with me. It's got to be coming soon, but it's only 4 over in Whitworth, so
yeah,
probably once a fortnight or so, I imagine.
Yeah,
depending.
It's not the biggest of places, though, is it? I don't think.
No. You can blink and miss it.
Right.
Driving through.
Okay, so Tom, how long have you been working at Inspire for? Because I know, I think I've only seen you maybe once passing or something like that, and I've not. I must admit, I've been off for a bit of time, and I've come back, and it's completely new and stuff. So, how long have you been back at working for Inspire now?
I started in June this year, so June, July, August, September, October. 5 months. 5 months.
So 5
months last week. Yeah.
Oh, so that's you. See, you're pretty much a newbie then, really, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very much.
Although it probably feels like you've been there for a lot longer. Nah. Okay. So you're a recovery worker, right? So what would you say to someone who's not familiar with that job title? Like, in a nutshell, what is the role of a recovery worker?
In the briefest words, it's probably getting people ready to be detoxed from their opiates. So when they first come to me, they usually, if they're new to service, fairly chaotic, lots of drug use. Jobs then just to get them on a prescription.
Yeah.
Hopefully get them stable, reduce the drug use, and then from there reducing the prescription, and then hopefully looking at detox. That's the plan.
That's it in a nutshell. In the most precise way. Yeah. So and you deal with each individual kind of journey through that then, don't you? All the way up to the detox stage then, yeah?
Yeah. So when I got people down to about a low dosage on the medication, that at that point they go to the detox worker to get them through that last little bit and hopefully on to the rest of their lives.
Okay. No, you kind of explained that very well. Even though I've been working for Inspire for like 12, 13 years, sometimes I'm still not sure on what people's roles are as such, but you've explained it really well there. But I'm always intrigued to understand how people get into this field or this line of work. And I'll be honest with you, when I was at school or uni, I didn't really hear anything about it. And, it wasn't something I've heard about, through friends or anything like that. And I guess that's my naivety. And I guess as well, you can look at it as a fortunate thing because I've never had to rely on that service or had like loved ones that rely on that. So I guess I'm fortunate in that respect. But yeah, I'm just curious, like how did you get into this kind of line of work? Was it something you stumbled into? Was it something personal, or is it, you know?
So both my parents were psychiatric nurses.
All right.
So I had a good understanding of mental health and drug problems from what they talked about at work. Though I didn't never wanted to go that side of things, but I always knew I wanted a job working with people and helping them. My last job for 5 years previous was working. I was a key worker on the Motivate program over in Greater Manchester, and that was working with people with numerous issues. So they could have issues around mental health, drug and alcohol, criminal behaviour, domestic violence, housing issues. And as a key worker, my role was to kind of get them into services to address those problems.
Yeah.
And then kind of manage it all for them. So if they didn't exactly know what was going on, they could at least ask me, and I would be able to say, oh, you got this appointment coming up. And if need be, I'd go with them to the appointments if they were nervous and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I did that for close to 5 years before coming across to here.
Wow. So you've kind of like, you've got a lot of tools in your locker, really, haven't you, from the previous job that you've done? You know that kind of referral side of things, and I guess you've had a lot of experience with people in drug and alcohol, as well as housing and everything else that you just mentioned there. So yeah, you've got. I mean, where was that then? So in Greater Manchester.
So the Motivate project covered all of Greater Manchester. It was delivered by housing associations. So our office covered Bolton, Wigan, and Leigh. And I predominantly worked mainly in Leigh, even though it was just a small town. There's enough going on there for me just to have a caseload in Leigh.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Did you work with like rough sleepers and stuff like that? Yeah.
We had people that rough sleeping. We had people that had drug and alcohol issues, but they're already in service, but they referred them to us to address the bigger issues that were going on. Because obviously, as you would say, if you're homeless and you've got mental health issues, how you meant to tackle your addiction. So we would help them on that side of things.
Right. Okay. Brilliant. So with that experience, you saw this position at Inspire as what was the moment of the leap? Why did you come to Inspire?
I work with Jess at Motivate.
Right. Okay. Right.
And she messaged me and let me know about this job was coming up, and she recommended it. She'd been here for about 3 months, I think. She said, "Oh, I'm really enjoying it here. We got this role coming, you should try for it." And part of it was Motivate was coming to an end naturally anyway in March next year, and I just fancied something a bit of a new challenge. A lot of what I'd done, a lot of what I wanted to do on Motivate, and I fancied something new, specialising a bit further. And I thought I was working with quite complex individuals to Motivate, and I've come into this role. It's like, it's a whole nother level of chaos and complexity going on.
Yeah. So how have you found the transition then, getting into, from previous role into this? You're only 5 months in. Do you feel that part of the furniture already now, or?
I feel like I got my feet under the table now.
Yeah, good.
The hardest thing for me probably transitioning was the more clinical side of things and dealing with prescribing issues and stuff like that. That was completely new to me, and it blew my head a little bit when I first got involved. And then the medical reviews and again, we've got our caseload management systems, and every company or ones that everyone likes it done slightly different. I think I'm getting there slowly but surely.
No, brilliant. That's really good. I mean, I know what you're talking about when it comes to prescribing. I used to work as a prescribing administrator, so I know all about the forms and the wrong, filling in the forms wrong and stuff, and we were just sending them back and stuff like that. So it's quite a complex thing, especially when you're new to it as well, So it does take a little while to just get your head around that, I guess. So you've kind of mentioned it a few things there, but is there anything? So as a recovery worker, what kind of challenges do you come across, would you say? I know you've mentioned about some of the admin bits there.
For me, I think the biggest challenge is coming back to prescriptions, when prescription people fall off the prescription, and then getting them back in. They might need to see a medic beforehand, forget them on the back of the prescription and trying to find the time, the appointments. And you want to do it is you want to get them back on it as soon as possible. And it can be frustrating when you can't, obviously. But I think that's the biggest challenge for me when it comes to like the actual face-to-face work. I'm all right with that. That's what I've done before. It's the chasing your tail sometimes, trying to get them to be where they need to be at the right time.
Yeah, because you don't always like, for example, you don't have like a medic on site all the time, and I don't know if, for example, if someone was shoplifting, for example, then you're having to find and run around for a pharmacy, but it's got to be open for 7 days, and so yeah, I totally understand where you're coming through on that. Yeah, you are doing a lot of.
It's usually at 4 o'clock on Friday when they come through as well.
Yeah. That's a tough one. I've definitely been in the service when that's happened on countless times. Yeah. So I mean, so you mentioned obviously some of the challenges that you faced within your short tenure there, within 5 months, I guess. But what kind of things that what sort of tasks or outcomes have made the role enjoyable, though? Because it can't all be challenges. I'm presuming that there is some aspects of bits that you do enjoy within that.
Yeah, all the face-to-face stuff I really enjoy. I've always enjoyed working one-to-one with people, and what I have really enjoyed is when you see people get stable, or they're on the script and they're quite happy, and then you see the drug use dropping down, and then they start talking about, oh, I've got money in the bank now, managed to get myself some new clothes, things like that. You think, well, this is why we're doing the work we're doing.
Yeah. Although I can imagine short term it can be quite frustrating and challenging aspect. But when you maybe look back at that person's journey from where they were when they first saw you to thriving and in the community and reducing the script, or even coming off or going ready for detox and stuff, that must be a bit like, I helped that person achieve that. So that must be within itself quite a nice reward, looking at a bigger picture.
I've got a message this morning for one of my clients, all the young guys. Well, he just messaged me to say he's now 40 days clean. Wow. And that's like a huge thing for him, obviously. So I was like, oh, that's nice. Nice way to come into a Friday.
Oh, definitely, yeah. Buzzing. Okay, so last question, really. Oh no, not last question. Nearly second to last question. If anyone was interested in this role or something similar, what sort of kind of core skills do you think someone needs to have? We can have all the educational sort of stuff, but what do you think people need to be able to carry out that role?
Empathy and patience, I would say. They're the two things you need.
Yeah.
Because we're working with people at the end of the day, and they're never going to always do what you expect of them or what you need of them. And you could have like the best action plan in the world for them, but life comes at them thick and fast. So it's when things go off the rails, it's understanding, all right, well, we've not worked this time, let's try again. And understanding why it's not worked as well, why they've not done what it is they need to do.
Yeah, no, you've hit the nail on the head there. I think when I saw that question, I thought those were the two things I would have thought. I mean, I don't do the role, but from an outsider looking in, when I've been in there, I think patience and empathy is massive, isn't it? So no, great stuff. I think the next question, so the last question in terms of within the role that you do, if anyone's watching this or listening to it when we put it onto as a podcast, or having any sort of difficulty, what with their substance misuse, whether that's drink or alcohol, what sort of first steps would you kind of encourage someone to do?
I'd speak to family and friends. First of all, I've seen it like in short 5 months I've been here. I've seen it where people try to keep it hidden, try to deal with it on their own because there's a shame and the taboo that comes with it. But I've seen it when they have opened up to those around them. 99 times out of 100, those people around you want to support you to get you to where you need to be, and then from there, obviously, then start looking at accessing services and taking those first steps. But I think speaking to friends and family is the first step to getting the help you need.
Yeah,
and having that
brilliant.
support.
Yeah. What about what if you're like the family member or loved one and you kind of noticing, your partner or your loved one's habit? Is it about maybe approaching them in a certain manner, or to
Yeah,
try and it's
yeah,
quite a
that's gonna
difficult
be.
one though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a difficult one, that, because it's very easy for people to get defensive about whatever their addiction, even if it's outside of gambling. If it's like gambling's another big one that could cause, because it's
Of
financial.
course.
It's how you approach it. It's get it coming from a place of, I'm just here making sure you're all right. Do
Yeah.
you want help? Do you feel it's a problem?
Yeah.
Do you want to do it less? Stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's not everyone. A lot of people in addiction can just take it over, think this is fine, this is okay, I'm managing this, and it's asking those questions that make them think about what they're doing. It's like, so are you enjoying this?
Hmm.
Do you want to do this forever? It's just those kind of questions can kind of perhaps prompt someone to move in a more positive direction.
Yeah, I guess you're right there, isn't it? It's the approach and the way that you deliver that, isn't it? As opposed to attacking someone. Because let's be honest, if someone attacks someone why are you gambling? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? They're just going to get the backup, aren't they? So yeah, if it's
Yeah,
coming from a good place, I think even if they might not completely own up to it there and then, it might be instilled in the back of their mind that maybe, oh, you know what, I need to talk to someone about this. So yeah, no, it's good advice actually there, Tom. So yeah, no, thanks for answering those questions. I
problem.
think you've given kind of the listener a real insight to what the role involves. But I want to nudge our focus to you and get to know a little bit more about you. So I've picked a few questions, so we can know a little bit more about what outside work Tom gets up to in his day-to-day life. Yeah,
Yeah,
interesting. There's only there's about, I don't know how many there is. There's a few questions, but I'm sure we'll be able to get through them all. First question, Tom, is what is the first thing you do when you get home from work?
it's walking my dog.
You walk your dog.
Yeah, get in, I've got a golden lab.
All
uh
right.
she's called Bo. She's 10 now. She's blind
Yeah.
as well now.
Oh,
Bless her. But yeah, take her out for a walk first thing when I get back home.
yeah. Even if it's pouring it down.
Oh, there's no weather she won't go out. There's times to come home, the depths of winter. It's windy, rainy,
Yeah.
freezing. And I put a lead on. I think just for one stop at the door, but no, straight out she goes.
Nice. Yeah. My boy's finished. Yeah, I've got a dog as well who's also 10. Yeah, so she's knocking on a bit, but yeah, she's like yours. Doesn't matter what weather it is, she'll be out. Is there anywhere particular that you go? Is it on the fields or just around,
Yeah, there's a big field at the back of my house. So during the summer, I can take her up there when it's light. Just take her up there, and she's quite happy just to run around. She's more a bit of running now, and then a lot of just plodding along now. She's getting on. Yeah. She's happy enough just sniffing around, and then she has to follow my voice now because she can't see.
Oh yeah.
So I'll just have to keep shouting her name, and then she'll come trotting back over to me.
Oh yeah, they're clever though, aren't they? They know exactly, they just follow the scent and that, don't they, as well. No, yeah. So are you local? Do you live in Accrington area?
No, I live over in Edgeworth.
Edgeworth.
Yeah, so it's on the border of Blackburn and Darwin and Bolton.
Right. Okay.
So we're under Darwin Council, or Blackburn and Darwin Council, but we have like a Bolton area code, Bolton postcode, Bolton address. It's one of those, but it's just over the top.
Next question I've got is, which would you rather do? Wash dishes, mow the lawn, clean the bathroom, or vacuum the house?
Oh, vacuum the house.
Really?
Definitely, yeah. I hate washing the dishes. Hate it. And cleaning the bathroom. But I quite enjoy vacuuming. Don't know what it is. I think we've really got a small house. It only takes 10 minutes.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, have you got a dishwasher?
No.
No. Oh, so that's probably why you hate washing the dishes, then, right?
Yeah. No, there's no room in our kitchen. It's just like a 2 up, 2 down terrace, so there's no room.
Yeah.
It was either washing machine. It's either washing machine or dishwasher, and
Oh, so you won't have a lawn to mow then?
No,
No. Oh, okay.
but
Yeah,
I
you
probably prefer that as well. It's a bit like vacuum cleaning. It's just quite.
Yeah. Well, when I saw that question, I definitely would have opted for the mow the lawn because cleaning the bathroom, nah, and washing. Yeah, I probably got mow the lawn and vacuum the house in that kind of order. But yeah,
this is
no.
going to sound quite sad, but when I'm doing like the washing the dishes and the tidying, I say the vacuuming for last is like a little treat for doing all the other chores.
Hey, you said it was sad.
Yeah.
It's like when you're having your food, isn't it? You leave the meat to lend because you like that best.
Yeah.
Okay, fair question. What was so not is because I'm pretty sure you're not at school now, but what was your favourite subject in school?
Oh, history.
Why? Before you said that, I thought I bet he's going to say history, and I have no reason why I would think that. But why history?
Well, I did it all the way up to degree level.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I find there's something quite fascinating about how we lived and why we did the things we did so many years ago. And when you get higher up in terms of like academic history, it's not like what happened on this day. It's more about why do we think these happened? Why were people acting in this way and stuff like that? I always found that quite interesting, trying to cut through different historians' perspectives and what the evidence suggests and stuff like that. I always found that quite fascinating.
No, that's yeah. It's one of those things in history. When I was at school, I weren't really switched on to know. I weren't that bothered about it. But then as I've got a bit older, I've really got into it. I've got History Channel on and learning about the Second World War and all sorts of stuff. So it's all sorts. I find it really fascinating now. But back then, no, I didn't. I can't say I did find that. But no, history, good. Anything else? Or was it just really history?
History. History. No, history was my favourite subject. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Maths was least favourite.
Which one?
Maths.
Oh yeah. No one likes maths. Okay. So what's the most daring thing you've ever done?
I'm a climber.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I do a lot of rock climbing. And there's been quite a few times where I've been shaking on a cliff face somewhere, thinking, what the hell am I doing? Got the Elvis leg.
Yeah.
But I'd probably say that's probably the most daring thing that I do.
Wow.
But I do it so often, it doesn't feel like it's, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Is it outdoor climbing? Yeah.
Any and all, yeah. So I'll go outdoor climbing, yeah.
Yeah. Oh wow. Anywhere in particular?
I've been all over the country climbing. This summer I was in the Alps.
In the Alps?
In the Alps, we went on a holiday climbing and mountain biking. And then we spent a couple of years ago, we went down to Cornwall. First time I ever went down to Cornwall, spent 10 days sea cliff climbing. That was incredible. And then all over like North Wales, the Northwest, Scotland, places like that, Peak District. I've been to many a crag and quarry.
Oh yeah. I like watching I say I like watching it. There's quite a few documentaries on Netflix, isn't there? On like free. I can't remember the name of them now, but is it Solo or something like that?
Free Solo. One way does it without the Free Solo. Yeah.
Jeez, yeah. I think you've got just watching it gives me like butterflies. When they show them panoramic views from the top of the I don't know, one at the top of mountains or something. Wow. Yeah. No, hats off there. Good. So yeah, you've pretty daring things you've ever done. Yeah, I think you've kind of hit the heights on that one. All right. So maybe you'd probably say the same answer for this next question then, because it's so during lockdowns and COVID times. Yeah, I know we don't really want to remember about them things, but one of the things that the country did was we picked up lots of new hobbies and interests and stuff. What was there anything that you took on?
Yeah,
I got climbing.
My bike for the first time for years. I've been going climbing like 2-3 times a week, and then I was having nothing to do. So I got back on my mountain bike, and then
nice.
I think the first ride I did like 4 miles. My legs were like jelly. something like that. But pretty quickly, I think we then, because I then arranged. So over where I live in Bolton, we have got the route called the Three Towers. It's got Holcombe Tower, Darwin Tower, and then Rivington Pike. So we did a big loop of all them. That was really good. But yeah, because I also volunteer for charity, all about getting people outside doing like this kind of thing. So through lockdown, I was running all sorts of like biking programs to get people out of the house each day. No one could only do like an hour of exercise. Each day. So I think it started off with, because we always used to go out on a Wednesday evening at 6 o'clock, because the weather was dead nice then, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
You only had an hour. You had to see how far you could cycle in 1 hour and be back to your house within that hour as well. You got so many points for each mile. You got points deducted if you were longer than an hour as well and stuff like that. Yeah, that was good. I enjoyed it because I hadn't been on my bike for years before that. So I got back on that. I needed it. I need to keep something to keep me moving.
Oh well, yeah, especially during them times as well. I also am a keen mountain biker. Although you may maybe call me a cheat because I've got an e-bike.
I say cheat, but secretly jealous.
I mean, it's the best thing I've ever done. You know what I mean? I absolutely love it because I know like people have challenges and they like going up hills and stuff like that. I bloody find it boring. Honestly, I do. It's not. I mean, I'm not the fittest of people in the world now. But it's not that. It's just I just did not enjoy them. I'm more of a downhill biker, me, and I love it. Absolutely love it. So I go over towards Hebden Bridge and all down there and what have you. There's some really good some trails around, especially where I live as well. So no, I really got the bug for it over COVID and that. So I totally know where you're coming from when you took that back up on. So are you still doing it?
Yeah. So like did it in the Alps. You think you're lazy with the e-bike, all ski lifts all the way to the top, and then you just bomb it. But it's because it's like a half-hour descent, 45-minute descent. Your arms, your legs, everything's burning by the time you get to the bottom. Everything. And it's a hell of a lot scary and harder than what it is over here.
I can imagine.
A lot of times it's like, no, I'm not doing that. Just get off and push.
No, fantastic. It sounds like you had a really good time there. Okay, so what celebrity would you like to meet at Starbucks for a cup of coffee? If you want me
dead
to
or alive? Is that
who?
Dead? Can it be? Does it have to be alive or dead or alive?
Dead or alive?
Yeah, because sometimes they say, if anyone from the past as well.
Oh, dead or alive? Oh, I thought you meant like that was some sort of person.
No, sorry.
Like off a band. I'm sure. No, dead or You call it whether you want it dead or alive, past or present.
I don't know if this is cheating, but I'm gonna pick a duo.
Okay.
But ever since I was a little child, I loved the films of Oliver and Hardy.
All right, yeah.
Stan Laurel was always my favourite, so I'd quite happily meet with him for a coffee.
Yeah.
If I could.
Yeah, Laurel and Hardy, both of them, yeah.
If I could have both of them, yeah.
You can have both. They do come as a package, don't they?
Yeah, I'd say they are a buy one get one free offer.
I think so. Yeah, we'll give you that. Were they mainly silent films? Were they?
They did start off in silent films, but then they did do, as they were then talkies. They did loads of them. But I think my granddad recorded. They used to be on I think they were on like BBC Two in the morning on a Saturday morning. My granddad had recorded loads of them. So we just had loads of VHS tapes in the house. And I think whenever me and my sisters were active, my mum just used to put it on in the TV, and that'd be us shut up for a couple of hours.
Oh, nice. No, I can't say I've ever watched any. I know of them. Obviously, they were such an iconic duo, weren't they? But,
yeah.
No, maybe that's something I need to maybe watch and see that as well. But no, good. Yeah. Which one? I always get confused. Which one was the big and small one? Which one?
Oliver was the bigger one.
Yeah.
Stan was British, wasn't he? From Ulverston.
Right. Okay. Oh, right. So they were British.
Oliver Hardy was American.
Right.
But Stan, he was from Ulverston.
All right. Every day of the school day, I'm learning. I didn't know that. Okay. So, what is one thing Oh yeah. What is one thing you will never do again?
Karaoke.
So you've done it then.
Done it once at 18 on a lad's holiday.
Oh
You
yeah.
know, when you've had enough of the top shelf to make you
Oh yes. Yeah.
all inhibitions go. But it was just me and my friend singing, of all songs, the worst choice, Stairway to Heaven by Led Zeppelin.
Led Zeppelin, yeah.
You could just see like the
Is it not like
crowds
9 minutes long or
avoiding.
something?
Hmm?
Is it not like 9 minutes long?
Yeah.
Oh,
It was the
God.
worst
Get
one
him
that
off.
possibly could. And there's like a massive musical bridge as well. You
Yeah.
just stood there for ages.
Yeah, there's like
Never again.
isn't there like really loads of instrumental like sections?
Yeah.
So what were you doing, playing air guitar at the same time?
Just stood there drunkenly awkward, not really knowing what to do with ourselves.
Someone didn't pick the right song there, did they?
No.
Get Sweet Caroline on or something like that, where everyone just sings in. Don't matter.
Yeah, that would have been the sensible choice. What my friend go for beforehand? Living La Vida Loca.
Oh God. Right, yeah. Well, I can understand why you say that you'll never do that again. Whether it will happen or not, or someone puts your name forward for one, I don't know, but we'll see. Next question. It might be what you've already answered, actually. So, what is your favourite holiday?
Adventure holidays, I'd say.
Yeah.
Or like go to city breaks. I quite like going to different new cities.
Okay, so which one kind of stands out of those?
Adventure, I'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which country? What were you doing?
Alps. I went to the Alps the first time this year, and I was like, as soon as I came back, I want to go back again next year.
Which side of Alps were you? Is it Switzerland or
we
France?
spent a few days on the Italian side, and then came back to the French side, and then came home. But it was I've never been anywhere as stunning as that before. And one of the friends that I went with, he said, once you've been, you're just like you will just like whatever's over here just seems tiny in comparison.
Oh yeah. So is that when you were on your bikes and climbing and
stuff,
all sorts of stuff? Yeah. Was that like a package thing? Was it, or did you just do it yourself?
No, we sorted it all out ourselves, because some of our friends, they went down. They have like a motorhome, so they just drove all the way down. But we just got tickets to Geneva, hired a car, sorted out accommodation, Airbnb, and off we went.
I'm really jealous, because that's exactly the sort of holidays that I like. Fortunately, Mrs. just likes to sit on a beach and do that all day, every day.
I get bored. I can spend one day reading a book, but then I'm just like, no, I need to do something. But like my wife doesn't like those holidays. She enjoys like the city breaks, where there's things to see and do and stuff like that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I've been plenty of them. Yeah. Okay, so which city then would you say that you've enjoyed the most when you have been on holiday?
Let's say Amsterdam.
Amsterdam. Yeah.
But that was on my stag do, so I'm not sure if that's for the right reasons.
Yeah, well, it might be a bit inappropriate for this channel.
Yeah. But Barcelona is that's a beautiful city. I quite like to go back there again. The food was amazing. The architecture is just something else.
Yeah. Oh no, yeah. I've been both of them cities as well. I enjoy Barcelona. I was a bit gutted. I think. What's the famous? What's it called? That building. It was
familiar. The cathedral.
Yeah, it might have been. It was full of scaffolding though at the time when I went, and it was pretty disappointing. No, great stuff. What is the worst gift that you have received?
Gift,
yeah.
I once got, because my birthday's in October, I once got a Halloween decoration rat as a birthday present.
You got what?
It's like, a Halloween decoration of a rat skeleton.
Oh, a rat skeleton.
Yeah.
What was that for?
That was part of the birthday gift. But because it's their Halloween, it was obviously in the shops. Although, to be fair, what I did end up doing was just leaving it in places around the house for my wife to open up the cupboard to and then scare herself with. So it wasn't perhaps the worst one.
Yeah, it's got to be up there. I mean, what was your reaction when you got that?
Oh, thank you.
Oh God. Right. If you could hire someone to help you, would it be with cleaning, cooking, or garden work? Now,
I'm cleaning.
cleaning.
Without a shadow of a doubt.
That was a quick answer. That
Yeah.
one. What if I'd put to help with admin work?
No,
Would it still be cleaning?
No, cleaning.
Oh,
Cleaning,
brilliant.
yeah. So my wife is a much better cook than me, so she does all the cooking.
Oh yeah.
And I do all the cleaning. So
great.
yeah,
well,
definitely.
at least you got your job sorted then between you. You've got some sort of like, I don't know, you've got a spreadsheet or something. Okay, last question on this one then. If you could go back in time, what year would you travel to?
I'd quite like to go back to Victorian London, I think.
Really?
Yeah. I think it's just quite interesting. Like, I don't know, maybe around the 1850s, 60s, something like that.
All right.
Victorian London. Obviously, you had extreme poverty and squalor at some end,
Yeah.
but at the other end there was a very emerging wealthy class, and yeah, I think it'd be quite interesting time to see what London looked like back then.
Yeah, I'd imagine it being quite smelly. They didn't probably have sewage systems and stuff like that back then, did they? Or is that when they started?
Yeah, I might revise my answer to when the sewage systems were finished.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, nice. No, that's a good answer. All right. Well, thanks for answering those questions, Tom. I think we've got to know you a little bit better now. So some of your pals or your colleagues at work might know a little bit more about you, although they might already know that. I don't know, but maybe some of the service users might know a little bit more. So as you may know, we're not quite finished yet. You might, I don't know, because you didn't watch the last video, Jess, did you? Right.
No.
Okay. So what we're going into now is the 60-second quick fire round. Okay, so this is a time where there's 60 seconds on the clock, and you have to answer as many questions as possible. Now the questions start easy, should I say, at the beginning, and then move on to harder questions as we go on. So let me just get my stop clock ready. So Jess is the first person who's done this in this new series of this, and so she kind of set the bar, and she got a total of 12.
Oh.
Right. What town or city were you born?
Prestwich in Manchester.
What was your first job?
Working at a garden centre.
Favourite sports team, if any?
Bolton Wanderers.
What is your favourite movie genre?
Comedy.
How many pillows do you sleep with?
2.
What type of coffee do you order?
Latte.
What's your favourite zoo animal?
A bear.
What radio station do you listen to in the car?
Radio X.
Where did you go on your last holiday?
The Alps.
Favourite pizza topping?
Pineapple.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
What is your favourite dessert?
Eat a mess.
What time do you usually wake up in the morning?
6:30.
What subject would you like to learn more about?
Oh, I can't.
Oh, you stopped. Oh, you got 12, exactly 12.
Oh.
So you
Oh, that's frustrating.
You struggled. You wasted 10 seconds on that last question. I thought you were going to beat her then.
Oh.
Yeah. So I think you got. Yeah. Let me just double check. What time do you usually wake up in the morning? 12. Yeah, that's 12. If you got that last, it is a bit of a tough one though, and it was one subject that you'd like to learn more about. Yeah, what would it have been? Do you know now?
No,
now the pressure's off.
No.
Are you forever wanting to learn more about history?
Yeah. No, I can't even think of anything now.
No.
That's just fried my mind. That now. That's the last thing on a Friday afternoon to.
Yeah. Oh, well, there could be worse things to worry about on a Friday afternoon.
It's quite a nice way to end a Friday afternoon.
Yeah. No, I think just reviewing some of those questions that you've answered there. So you said your first job was working at a garden centre, right?
Yeah.
All right. Do you have fond memories of that one?
£2.50 an hour, weeding plants all day, basically.
Whatever the weather.
Whatever the weather, yeah.
Was it outdoors as well? Presumably it was.
Yeah. So
wow.
They mainly grew to sell to other. So it's like a garden nursery. So they sold to sell to other garden centres. So it was never ending.
And I've got to come back to this one. Favourite pizza topping? Pineapple.
To be honest, I just put that out.
Is that ham and pineapple or just pineapple?
Well, ham and pineapple. I put pineapple topping on any pizza topping.
On any.
So if whatever pizza I'm having, I'll add the pineapple to it.
Oh no! To be honest, I don't mind Hawaiian pizza. I don't mind it. You got some people say it shouldn't be allowed, but no, I don't mind that. That's not too bad. What else did you say? Eton mess for favourite dessert, were it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm more of a sticky toffee pudding myself, especially this time of year. And we didn't get to what else? Oh, Radio X, did you say?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that more? I don't know what that is. Is that indie? Is that indie?
Yeah, it used to be XFM and then it got bought out and changed to Radio X. But yeah, it's like an indie rock station.
All right. Yeah. Nice. And favourite sports team? Sorry about that. Bolton. Nah, it's a tough time at Bolton at the moment, isn't it?
Not too bad at the moment. We've had a few bad ones.
No, you're doing all right this season, though. You're doing all right.
Yeah, we've not done too bad for last. We had a really bad couple of years where we just plummeted all the way down, but slowly working our way back up. It seems to have a good team in place at the moment.
Yes, and
it's good football to watch as well. There was a period it was just boring football.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I do keep my eye on the Northwest teams actually, and I think are you just below the playoffs, or are you actually in them now? I think you're teetering on the edge, aren't you? I'm not quite sure.
Fifth, something like that, maybe at the moment.
It's very compressed, isn't it? The league.
Yeah.
So, but but yeah, I won't talk too much about football because people might switch off by now. I can talk football all day. I'm a Burnley fan, so. So yeah, things are looking pretty good at the moment for us as well. But yeah, it could be worse. You could be a Blackburn fan. But no, once again, thanks very much, Tom. I think we've learned a lot about you. We've learned a bit more about the role. I just wanted to finish off by saying, if anything, where is it now? Yeah, I just wanted to say that if because you mentioned about if people are having difficulty with their own alcohol or drug abuse, if they need support on that and you are from the Lancs area, we do have our very own website that you can check, which is inspirelancs.org.uk, and on there you should be able to see enough information to help and support you, and there is also a referral form that you can fill in. And if you're not from Lancashire, you can head over to our parent company, Change Grow Live. Just tap that in the search bar. It should be the top one, and then you can find your nearest service from there. So yeah, just want to finish on that. Thanks very much, Tom. You've been great. Yeah. So until next time.
Thank you very much, Ben.